Hi, I'm Jenny Roletsky-Daney. I am the engagement manager for Let's Detroit, and we are here today with Haley from Magna, who is going to be talking about the culture at Magna and also the Innovation Awards. So Haley, would you mind saying hi to everybody and explaining what you do at Magna?
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Jenny. Hey, everyone. My name is Haley Rasika. I am a marketing specialist at Magna International, supporting directly our corporate R&D team. What that means is I handle and lead a lot of our internal innovation initiatives, supporting Magna's culture of innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. One of the main things being our Employee Innovation Challenge that we host every year. We post challenge statements for employees to respond to and are judged by an executive judging panel. And the top ideas are then pitched to a panel of executive judges for their chance to win prizes and for their ideas to be implemented within Magna. We also, I think this is only our second ever this year in 2021, have hosted Global Innovation Awards, where we recognize and spotlight noteworthy projects and employees deserving of innovation awards across a couple different categories. And so we're looking to kind of continue that on as a tradition, as well as a Hall of Fame of innovation to really showcase and recognize the standout employees that continue the entrepreneurial spirit at Magna.
That's fantastic. And what type of innovations are presented at these awards?
Yeah, so it's super interesting. I would say it's kind of changed a couple times. The Employee Innovation Challenge is something we've been hosting for over 6 years, and each year we learn something new about it. This year specifically, we challenged employees to come up with ideas in the areas of sustainability, world-class manufacturing, and digitization and connectivity. So that was the Employee Innovation Challenge. And then our Innovation Awards really, again, try to cover areas and projects in those 3 areas, as well as different types of awards across the company that really showcase standout employees, whether it was on a project team or improving a project or a marketing initiative. We really try to cover every base because innovation is everywhere.
Sounds like innovation is a big part of Magna's culture as well.
Yes. This has been cascaded down from our new CEO as of this past January. Sonny Cody was a big pioneer in promoting the entrepreneurship of each person, and that goes along too with our decentralized structure of really wanting to give employees the power to come forward with ideas and feel that their ideas could be supported and that they can implement them and make a difference.
That's great. And I think you mentioned that this is worldwide too, right?
Yes. So we are a global company with like over 169,000 employees, and we definitely don't limit these types of challenges or mindset to the US. So we promote this throughout the world.
That's fantastic. Do employees from around the world get to work together on these challenges or in a collaborative state?
Yeah, so actually this year, the Employee Innovation Challenge, for the first time, we offered people to be able to work in teams, any team. So it was really cool for us to see some cross-group action, meaning like someone from our electronics team to work with someone on our mirrors team. And that was super cool to see. And we actually got a submission from a newer location we have in Morocco. And so it was really cool to see just the reach and the impact that these types of programs have and how they connect employees to people they may not have been connected with.
That is so cool. And what a great way to like get to know some of the employees that you may not, get to meet in person.
Yeah. And especially with just, like I said, a company of our size, you learn something new every single day. Something else that is a huge message that's relayed from our CEO across the company is just never stop learning. And I think that is something that this program also does, is as it keeps connecting people, they learn about other projects that are going on or other perspectives or other trial and errors that have happened. So I really think that it's a bigger program to just then submitting an idea.
Yeah, and I think you said that these also get implemented into real products at Magna as well. So that must be a huge incentive as well.
Yeah. So these ideas are not just taken and kind of filed away. We really look at them and see where and how, if and when they can be implemented into the business, and they are reviewed and considered and go into a process that really challenges what we could do next with them.
That's fantastic. And are all employees welcome to participate, or is it based on department?
It's all full-time Magna employees.
That's great. So it seems like Magna really supports the employees and their growth and their learning and continued development. But how else does Magna support their employees and kind of cultivating that culture?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really feel like my team and other teams across Magna have been trying to work to build this culture, because it's not easy. And I'm actually, so like I said, I'm on the marketing team which we're responsible for the Magna brand. And I think this is one of the things that's part of our brand. So it's part of our story of what it means to work at Magna and why we're a mobility technology company. And so this has been a top priority for us and continues to be a top priority. And I think we're still learning, but this first stage in recognizing employees, listening to employees, and just really focusing on all types of innovations has really helped us create that culture.
That's great. And on a personal note, what's your favorite thing about working at Magna?
That is a good question. There's a lot. So I have been with Magna for 5 years now, and I interned at Magna in college. And I would say the people at Magna all just make me feel at home. I'm constantly learning something new, which is something I love. And then, as well as running this program, has been one of my favorite challenges to take on, and I plan to continue to improve it. But to bring employees together, like you mentioned earlier, from across the globe, across the teams, and just really create an idea network where we can share and learn from each other has been personally one of my favorite. I majored in entrepreneurship in college. I didn't exactly know how I would utilize that, if I would start my own business, which I was part of a startup company prior to coming to Magna. And I think it's cool that I came from a 3-person startup and was able to still apply those skills and feel like I'm at a startup at Magna. Although it's an automotive corporation, sometimes it really does just feel like I'm on a small startup team and I can really make a difference.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, so you've made your way up through Magna pretty quickly for somebody your age. What kind of advice would you have for somebody to kind of follow in those footsteps that have such high aspirations?
I would say never, I feel like my theme of today, never stop learning and never stop asking questions, especially in big companies. I think I have 2 younger sisters who are at that college level age or almost finished with college, and they're intimidated sometimes by big companies, because you're like, oh, I get lost, or I have to follow this. And you don't. You can ask questions, and I've never come across anyone at Magna who is negative or not willing to listen to how we could make something better, because at the end of the day, everyone wants the company to succeed. And so I would say to never stop learning and never stop questioning the way things are done.
That's some great advice. And I hope people actually, take that and run with it. Because I know a lot of our audience that's going to be listening to this is, moving forward to that next step in their career, and want to know like how somebody like you can get to where they are, and they want to copy that, So I think that will be some really great advice for them to hear.
Yeah. And I think something else that I have kind of learned is I'm trying to think of how to put it, like to find your place. You don't necessarily have to have the experience. Sometimes we feel like, oh, I don't have it on my resume, I shouldn't apply for that job because they need that. And it's not always the case. You can make a spot for yourself. And if you come and you ask the questions and you're willing to learn, Sometimes your attitude and ambitiousness can get you to where you need to be, and then you can figure it out. And so I think that's something people should remember as well, is you can kind of work hard to create your own path in whichever company you choose to go with.
And I guess one more question, just real quick, since we're kind of on that topic. Does Magna have any opportunities for interns and new freshly out of college graduates coming up?
Yes. So we are always hiring. We're hiring full-time position, intern position, and all of these can be seen on magna.com/careers, I believe it is. But yes, we have both opportunities for full-time and student internships.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today and to share about the innovation challenges and awards at Magna, and kind of just speak about your experience at Magna as well. I think this was such a great learning opportunity for everybody that's going to watch this and read this. Do you have anything else that you would like to add before we say goodbye?
No, thank you for having me. And yeah, just
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Haley.
Yeah, thanks, Jenny.